We're gonna make it. Is that the song?
Yeah, that's the one.
All right.
Oh, by the way, Tadpool people, viewers, do you see the new placement of the Coverville blow-up doll holding the infamous Boulder of Love and the Spider-Man mask and the
T-shirt that hides his vagina.
Yes, the face.
Yeah.
As soon as I figure out a way, I'm probably gonna take the T-shirt off and put the coconut bra on her.
All right.
The Cleo coconut bra.
Yeah, do that. Are you keeping that bra? Is that the plan?
Well,
That was a gift.
I don't think she wants it back now.
Hey, guess who's texting us saying we should start a show?
Oh, probably Daryl.
Take a wild guess. Nailed it.
Are you guys going to start the show or what?
Zert.
I'm hungry and I want to eat some more crap from other parts of the country.
Zert. Thus endeth our impression.
1930. Oh, I don't know. I think I'll just flip this Obey Henry coin.
Nailed it.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, Daryl.
It's pretty good.
Just letting you know.
It's pretty good. All right, here we go. Well, sometimes you have to remind our Frog Pants friends that sometimes imitation is just for fun, as you may recall. You know the one. All right, here we go. We are going to start the show. It begins, ladies and gentlemen, in... let's make sure that's queued up. It is. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS, new tooth, new day. Get used to it.
There's a Batmobile in the Frog Pants store.
Cancer deaths could be cut in half.
Papa Murphy has a sack problem.
This is the grossest story. I cannot wait to get to
God.
it. Joan Rivers, or J-On Rivers, as I wrote it. Doctor, he took a selfie.
Take a selfie. C-3PO has conditions.
Recommendals.
Tom's Tech Time.
Your emails and more on this episode of The Morning Stream.
Kids like kicks for what Kix has got.
Moms like Kix for what Kix is not.
Kix has corn and nuts and nuts. 'Cause Kix has organic fancy stuff.
No added colors.
Kix doesn't need 'em.
No added flavors.
Kids love to eat 'em.
It's low in sugar, so it's not too sweet.
A good Kix breakfast, it's hard to beat. Kids like Kix for what Kix has got.
Moms like Kix for what Kix has not. Kix, kid tested, mother approved.
Spock sabotaged the system.
The morning stream, the morning stream, the morning stream, the morning stream, morning stream,
The Morning Stream. Shut up, baby, I know it.
morning stream, the morning stream, morning stream.
Guten Tag and welcome back to the show. Yeah. The entire show done in bad German accents, brought to you by patreon.com/TMS. Hey, everybody, it's Wednesday, September 17th.
Here's Daryl.
Yeah.
Bach Schnell. Bach Schnell.
Schnell, 9. Get on with the show. Zert. Daryl's always reminding us via phone that we're running late and that we should get going. So here we are, getting going. And it's me, it's Scott, it's him, it's Brian. Hi, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott. How are you?
I'm fine. It's Wednesday, and it's TMS. It's the morning stream, and we're glad to be back. Thank you all for joining us, live or via hard drive or solid state. What is it now? Solid state, not material. SSD, solid state drive. There you go. Yeah. Those, they have a higher failure rate than regular hard drives. Did you know that?
Oh, I don't want to know that.
It's the truth. So people who are like, oh, man, I upgraded all these drives, and they're so much faster, and it's the space age. We're in the future, man. Never going to break again. No, they have higher failure rate. By their nature, have a higher, and the bigger they get, the worse they fail.
Great. This just in, hybrid automobiles are the most likely to stab you in the stomach as you get in the vehicle.
Yeah, and hey, Richard, we didn't talk about Apple stuff at all right then. Did you notice that? It was a whole other tech conversation. I actually have something to say about that real quick. This is the final word.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Unless we get another email and it's interesting to read on the show.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
The final word on this. It just hit me last night. What a futile thing this is, because here is the deal. When people confuse brand loyalty and coverage with that of meaningful things like racial equality or things that matter. Like if I said to you, Brian, look, I'm not happy that your entire company is all men. You have no women in any position. That seems unfair. That's a valid argument that you and I could have a conversation about.
Sure.
For me to come to you and say, Brian, I do not see you order Pepsi often enough. You are way too Coke-centric. That is not a valid argument, and F that. No one cares about it. It's not important, and it is also why it is not why we exist. We don't exist to have fair and balanced coverage of 2 portable smartphone OSs. That is not our job.
That's right. We're not Borg.
No.
Are we not men?
We are men. We are men. We're not. I just want to make it very clear. It just struck me, and I think Dark Anders on Twitter said something similar. But there's no. There's nothing that says you don't get to check in and go, you guys aren't being equal about your coverage of Nintendo and Sega. You know what I mean? That's not what we do. We get to talk about whatever we want. It doesn't matter. I can say, hey, Brian, I sure like Kirkland water. And you say, well, I'm a Dasani man. And who cares?
Right, exactly.
So that's the end of that.
You know one thing we can agree on?
What's that?
The TMS is fantastic. It's the People's Choice of Best Podcast for 2014.
That's right. That's what all that means. And you know what we get? Here's what we get for it.
Chicken shit money.
Well, that's not true. That's not entirely true.
Right.
You guys,
awards.
we get some nice awards, and we have a lot of support from listeners, and that's nice.
Aren't we Sales Geek? Aren't we getting awards? We're getting awards, aren't we? Are we getting awards?
Are we? I don't know.
Did you see, by the way, the podcast awards are moving from Todd Cochran's sole ownership, basically sold them to the New Media Expo company.
Hold on, he sold them?
He sold them.
What did he sell them for?
I don't know. That was an undisclosed amount, but he maybe they traded it for some PowerPoint prowess or something.
Yeah.
Well, no. So he's still on, quote unquote, on the board. You know, as like a advisor or
Brian, this sounds falutin for Luton's sake to me a little bit.
Luton's sake?
The way that you're describing it, it's like this. It's highfalutin. It's like he sold the awards for an undisclosed amount of money, but will stay on as a advisor. I'll bet he got like $1,000 for it.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows?
There's no way this is.
He
that
should have
big a
gotten
deal.
more than $1,000, but I doubt any more than $10,000. I would guess like $5,000.
Yeah, let's say $5,000.
But there, you know, so basically it's always going to be part of the New Media Expo, which this year is coming up, next year will be in April in sunny Las Vegas, Nevada. I will be there. Nicole Spagnolo will be there.
So are we gonna try to garner votes again? Is that our plan? What are we gonna do?
Of course, yeah. Hey, it's there may be a new boss, but same as the old boss.
Will they double click their button when they're trying to advance frames?
I bet they don't.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, there's probably going to be a whole host of improvements now that they have a little bit more money and resources behind it.
Yeah.
So the kind of and Todd Cochran even admitted this, is that the janky voting system and the janky website that they've been using for podcast awards, we'll see some improvements with NMX's acquisition.
All right. Well, that's interesting to see. And I did not know about this. It'll be that'll be fascinating. It'll take a lot of weight off him. I know that was a lot of work for him to deal with that all year. So.
Oh yeah, sure.
Well, bring it on, New Media Expo. Let's see what you got. Let's see what your chops are like.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if you want $800 now for a ticket to come attend your thing. It's ridiculous, those prices this last time. Good gosh.
Yeah, there was a deal floating around. It might even still be going on where you can get tickets cheap for like the next week or so, and that's why I snatched it up. It was like, I'm going to grab it now because it's been a few years since I've actually done the conference side of the expo, and I don't know.
I just want to show up.
I
just want to show up and get my awards and get the hell out of there. That's what I want to do.
That's what I've been the last couple of years.
I want to be that guy.
Walk the show floor, accept my awards, leave.
Yeah.
And this time around, I guess I should probably attend a class, sit in a room and listen to somebody talk. And I'm sure there's new stuff happening in the world that we don't know about.
I'll do hash a go. You can do stay and no go. You can do that. You can hang around there and do whatever you want.
No, now I'm wanting to join you for Hash House of Gig. Are you kidding me?
Oh, there'll be time. So that sounds interesting. I may have to lock that in for
Scott.
April. Yeah. That's not. And it's also a good month for me, I think.
It's a good month for Vegas too, right? Because it's before it gets swelteringly hot there.
Yeah, and there's still a chance of a big snowstorm on the way home. We have to stay in Beaver again. Oh yeah.
Yeah, stay in the nice warm comforts of Beaver.
Yeah, that was. There's a liquor store there. You know what it's called?
Yes,
don't you?
it's called Beaver Liquors.
It's
You
called
can
Beaver
get a
Liquor.
t-shirt
Yeah,
there.
that's right. Well, it used to be.
I hear they have. I hear they have poker in the back.
I haven't heard that one before. There's also a city. There's two cities. I'm sorry. In quotes, I'm saying the word city. Okay. These small towns.
Yeah.
There's two towns right next to each other. One is Fillmore, Philmore, and then the city right after that is Beaver. And they used to have a sign that said next two exits, Fillmore, Beaver. So that's pretty good.
Nice.
They took that down though. They determined that was getting giggled at too much. Too many people stopping and taking photos, and they said it's a disruption to the free movement of the highway. Let's end that now. So that's gone now. I have a recommendation for everybody.
Sure.
Take care of your teeth. Brush them when you're young. When you're in your teens, do not let them fall to decay or any other trouble, because one day you will have to deal with them again, and that's what's happening to me. So you know about the tooth, the gold one, all right? So this is different than last year's freaking crown. Forget about the crown. Pretend it doesn't exist. That's still in there. It's sturdy. Okay, we're good. But the gold inlay that I got when I was 18 popped out in 2003 when I ate a dot. Okay? You know the dots, right?
Yeah, a little strip of paper with little things all over it.
Yeah. And they are completely...
Dave Chappelle approves that description, by the way.
Nice work. But they're strong enough they could move mountains. These things they're really bad if you have teeth work or dental work. So anyway, popped that out in 2002, and went in, had it re-cemented, and everything has been fine since 2002. 12 years later, Brian pops out for no reason, eating a piece of bread. Okay, great. That's not a dot. That's bread. So that seems funny. I go in. I have a very temporary hacker doctor. This guy reminded me of the eye doctor in Minority Report, Peter Stormare, who's drunk and blowing snot everywhere. And he's just not. He's not the normal dentist. He's there on the weekends for emergencies, and he really ramshackled that thing back in there.
Did he have a refrigerator full of sour milk and moldy sandwiches?
He did, but thankfully I wasn't blinded, so I could actually eat the right one. So I get that done, thinking, well, I guess what he did is okay. I mean, I wasn't sure if what he did was any good, but I thought, all right, well, we'll see how this holds up. 3 days later, pops out. Just fell out for no reason. Just fell out. Now, I told you about this yesterday.
Yes.
We went in after the show because it fell out completely. I was talking to Kim, and it just fell out into my hand, which is like the weirdest old man thing to ever have happened to you. So I said, let's go into the real dentist. Let's go to the real dentist. So we got an emergency appointment with my actual dentist. I went in there. He numbed me, grind it all out, put new stuff in there, and put it back in, and everything's good now. I just want this to be a PSA, though, especially to our young people. Take care of your teeth. Mm-hmm. Don't let chance destroy them. All right, that's all there is on that. Also,
and always wear sunscreen.
If you like, yeah, right? We have a good article about that coming up.
Oh, do we really?
Yeah, we do, actually. It's very prescient of you to say that.
Wow.
The new Batmobile print is up on the store. I just wanted to share this with people because if you like your Batman or your comics and your parody and that sort of thing, I put a print up on the store. It's actually at myextralife.com as well. You can see it in today's comic. It's called the Batmobile, and you get the idea.
Very good. Very good.
Some have suggested that I have babies on the mind, and that one day, because my daughter's getting married, maybe I'm thinking about the future. And no, it's just I thought it was a dumb idea, and I'd make a cartoon about it. That's all. So just relax, calm down, put your hands under your feet.
Like the pre-Gotham, right?
Yeah.
This is as people are getting ready to watch the new TV show Gotham next week. Mm-hmm. This is kind of like the prequel to that prequel.
Yeah, because Batman is not Batman yet in that show, right? Isn't that the deal?
Right. This is just after the murder of his parents that the TV show takes place.
I have concerns about
Bruce
that,
Wayne's
by
parents.
the way, about that show.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 6 episodes. Tina and I said we're gonna give that one 6 episodes. We're gonna give the other one Forever 6 episodes.
Oh, right, that one.
Which is the guy who keeps dying and then waking up.
Yeah.
In a body of water. Is that the deal?
Yeah, and he goes, whoa, every time it happens. Oh, wait, that's Joey.
No, this is one of the doctors, I'm thinking, isn't it? Who's the actor?
I don't know. But is it like Quantum Leap? Is that the deal?
Oh, you're thinking, oh boy.
Oh boy is what I meant. Yeah, not whoa.
It is, I will tell you, as soon as there's Ian Griffith. It's Fantastic Four guy. It's Reed Richards from
that guy.
From the recent movies. Yeah, I knew it was somebody that we'd seen in some sort of
Did they darken up his temples? He doesn't have the gray down there?
They undyed his temples.
Good, because that looked real stupid on a guy who was clearly in his 20s. In that
How
movie.
funny. The second episode is called Look Before You Leap.
Oh! Ziggy! All right, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll check that out. But yeah, what I was going to say was, I forgot already. Now I don't remember. Oh, well. What was I saying? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Batmobile. Get it now.
Batmobile.
It's on the Frog Pants store, frogpants.com/store, and it's especially if you're a parent, you want to hang this in the kids' room. It's a real awesome little 12x12 print, and I'll even sign one if you get that version. All right, tell me about your senior pictures yesterday. Yeah, I get this photo on my phone. What looked like a '90s Mountain Dew
Album
shoot.
cover?
Yeah, what was going on
right.
there?
So we had Tristan's senior pictures taken yesterday, and really, really cool photographer. She called. We talked to her for a little while, and talked to Tristan for a little while about like what his interests are and what his style is, how he sees himself, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And based on that, we decided, all right, let's do a grungy kind of photo shoot downtown in kind of the in kind of a darker part of downtown Denver, and like a part where if we were to go a few blocks further, we'd probably start running into some unsavory characters. But we wanted some graffiti, we wanted some street, wanted some grunge, wanted some or Tristan wanted some of this kind of this look.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was a really, really cool shoot. None of the standard leaning up against a tree with your arms folded kind of
Right.
shots that I think everybody from our day and age had. And so we're taking some shots along in this alley by this really cool graffiti, and then we flip over to this other side where there's this cool metal mesh, like a wire fence, that's doing some really cool shadows, especially when we have the flash on it. And she says, all right, we'll go ahead and have a seat down there, and then kind of have one leg kind of crossing in front of the other ones, and put your arm on your knee, kind of like you're just hanging out. And as he's sitting down, we say, oh, by the way, don't sit on that hypodermic needle that's sitting there on the ground. And all of a sudden the glamour and glitz of this photo shoot of like, oh, let's get some cool grunge background settled into the harsh reality of, wow, all right, we are just on the precipice of the armpit of Denver.
Yep.
And,
it's like the parking lot of the Luxor. You're like, wow, what a beautiful building, edifice, glorious thing. And then, oh, there's a dead person back here. Wonderful.
Exactly.
That's good. So what'd you do? Did you just let it lay there and not touch it?
We kicked it away, of course. Yeah, we kind of said, all right, well, just in case he has to put his hand somewhere down on the ground, let's kick it away, get it out of the way here. But the shots that we got are just really, really good. And
that's great.
I took the one that you got was just me sitting there with my iPhone or with my smartphone, with my cell phone, my in specific brand smartphone.
Yeah.
As she was taken, so that I just wanted to get a couple for posterity. But as soon as we get the real ones, we'll put a couple online. I'm sure Tristan will have a bunch in his Facebook feed for folks to check out. But boy, some of these look like freaking Abercrombie and Fitch or album covers from the 90s and 2000s. It's really, really well done.
Well, you know what I thought I was hearing when I saw that photo? Here's what I thought I could hear. Hang on just a second. All right, waiting for it. Here we go.
Come on now.
There we go. That's what I expected.
You're the one.
Hey, there's Nick Carter. That's what I yell in the house when I need the kids to shut up.
Right.
I go, Nick Carter, like that.
Yeah.
Famous boy band member, Nick Carter. Keep it quiet in there. All right. That's a great story. And if you've kicked a hypodermic needle lately,
Wow.
Then let us know. We'd like to know your experiences with drug paraphernalia. All right. I think it's Daryl time.
All right.
Do. Hold on. I got to find his thing here.
I want a Trek nerd.
Tell me why. We're not really sure why. All right, hold on.
Now, see, when I sang that, I was perfectly in sync with you. Oh, no pun intended there. I just realized what I said.
Zing.
But I'm guessing with the delay, it sounds like I'm half a second behind.
Just a tiny bit. It's all right. We can blame Skype. It's fine.
Television
wrong
highlights
thing.
of the news
Go away.
of yesteryear.
No, not you. This. Jeez. It's Stump a Trek Nerd, brought to you by...
With budget cuts, funding for the arts in schools is at a new low. If you can't pay, you can't do the play. The Weekly Bleep podcast invites you to help foster kids taking acting classes. Visit tiny.cc/stagekids to learn more.
All right. That's not two tiny.cc's, everybody.
No. It's tiny.cc/stagekids.
Yeah, that was a reset.
I had to reboot myself there for a second.
Daryl Skeels, a.k.a. Dude What Keeps Us on Track before the show starts, is here on the phone.
Zerd.
And he has things to say. Daryl, what's going on?
Zerd.
What do you think of Brian's impression of your voice? What do you think of that?
Oh, it's lovely.
All right. Pretty good. By the way, I was going to tell you both. I forgot to tell you, but I had Nick try the aloe vera with honey drink yesterday.
Oh,
I thought
really?
I about made my son throw up. Yeah, he didn't like it at all. I feel bad now that I did that.
Oh,
But,
why would you do that?
well-
Why would you do that to a poor person?
You know, he's a struggling young man with bright ideas, but I thought I needed to take him down a peg or two, and that's how I did it. Daryl, it's Trek Nerd time. You're the Trek Nerd. You come on here and you answer hard trivia questions about Star Trek, as it turns out. And lucky for us, we have a Trek question for you that involves you deciphering a clip and then telling us what episode you think this clip comes from. I will give you a hint. This is Next Generation episode related. Okay? All right?
Ooh, he'll never be able to figure that out from the clip.
Be impossible. So, Daryl, what do you say? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Here's the clip. Here we go.
Eat, son. What are you doing? What is that noise?
It's my laughing hour. Ha! Ha!
That is enough, please. It is your dinner hour. Eat.
Ha! I promised to meet Mrs. Troy for another lesson in happy wisdom. Ha!
Will you stop doing that, please?
Ha!
Alexander, eat your food. Wisdom will wait, I assure you.
I promised. Should I break my promise, Father?
A Klingon never breaks his word. Where are you going?
You said no Klingon ever breaks his word.
I did not mean now. Now, just sit down and eat.
I don't understand, Father. You're confusing me.
Understand later. Just eat.
The kid is the freaking worst.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I'm with Worf on this
I
one.
was
man.
exasperated as Worf on this one, man.
Yeah.
He's
Would you please stop making that noise?
it's like he won't stop. What a terrible child. All right.
Sounds like you should be guiding Link through the first few chapters of Legend of Zelda.
Totally. Like the little Navi guy or whatever.
Exactly. Yes.
I freaking hate that. All right. Well done. So Daryl, here's your options. Here's your episodes, okay? It's A, New Ground, B, Cost of Living, C, Rightful Heir, or D, Man of the People. That's New Ground, Cost of Living, Rightful Heir, and Man of the People. All right, you got it? You're good? Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Are you hungry?
Aren't you hungry?
What's a foodie?
I desire that we should eat the assorted sorbet Sutiros final. I think it's the only other Jello thing we have. It's the green one with the fruit in it.
We're gonna do another Jello, huh?
Yeah, people like that one because Brian seemed to not seem to struggle with it.
I have. So what color is it? 'Cause I-
Green. There's a pink one. There's a pink one and a green one still. I have. We can do the pink one if that's what you have.
I have purple.
Oh, I didn't get a purple.
I have pink.
Pink.
I
I could do
have
pink.
yellow, which I think is just a repeat. Oh, and white.
I only got 3 of these total, and I only have a green and a pink left.
All right. Well, I'll do the purple. Well, I can either do the pink like you, or I could do the
Well, let's do one you have that I don't have. That way
I'll do the
everybody's
purple
got a thing, yeah. Daryl, what do you got?
I have white, pink, and purple.
You do white.
Maybe the green was another color before you let it sit too long.
Oh, that's gross. I hope not. Look, that's pretty green, everybody. That looks like an alien urine sample. Look at that thing.
Ugh.
Chunks in it. Okay, I'm going to do the pink one.
Okay.
Now, as I recall, I have a sock here for some reason. It's a clean sock.
As you recall, you have a sock.
No, that it was a mess, and I don't.
Oh,
wanna,
I see. To
I'm
wipe
going to use
up.
the sock to clean up here.
I read you.
I don't know why I have a sock. And all you dirty-minded listeners, just shut up, okay? It's just here for no reason.
Wow.
All right, I'm opening this up. Oh gosh, don't spill.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to freeze these, weren't we?
Yeah, maybe the last one we do will freeze. I'm just gonna squeeze.
God, could they maybe not overfill them so much? It's like right up to the damn.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
This is not good.
That doesn't smell good.
Really?
It smells like medicine.
Ooh, it is medicine-y. It smells like a dentist office. I was just there yesterday.
Clip.
I think that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That really does smell like clean dental equipment.
God, these little cubes. What's
I know.
with the cubes?
I know. What's with the cubes? You know they got talent. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna just take a. Oh, it tastes fine. It just smells like a dentist.
Yeah, the white one's okay, but the smell is just too dentisty.
Yeah. I feel like at the dentist when you're a kid, you're getting lied to about, oh, this new fluoride treatment is great. Don't worry. It just tastes great. Just have it. It tastes like, bubble gum. It's brand new. Don't worry about it, kid. And then you still want to die and gag while you're got that thing in your mouth because it tastes terrible. Also, I can't be the only one who has a full-on panic attack trigger when they put the dental rubber ball thing into your mouth so your mouth won't shut. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the dental dam or
Yeah, but I don't get
Stick a ball in your mouth?
Well, it's like a rubber. It's like a rubber. It's like a rubber door stopper kind of thing, and they put it in the corner of your mouth so your mouth won't shut.
Yeah,
and it makes me feel like I'm gonna.
To me.
Yeah, they don't do that to me.
It feels like I'm gonna fall. Like I'm entrapped. I'm totally claustrophobic when I have that in there. And I told him that. I said, no, just so you know, that rubber thing always gives me the freakouts. She goes, well, just tug on me if you have any problems. I'm like, tug on you? The only thing in reaching distance is your left breast. I'm not going to reach out and tug on that. Anyway, I asked him about that once. He says, yeah, it's we're constantly having to tell people to keep their mouths open wide, so this is how you do it. You just prop it open. It's like a kickstand in there.
That's I can't say I'm a fan of that.
No, it makes me super claustrophobic. I feel like I can't control anything. I can't swallow right. I hate it. I freaking hate it. All right, Dennis, they suck. Let's just move on from that. Daryl, let's do a birthday. You got a birthday for us?
But first, this.
Ew.
That's what you wanted me to do last time.
That was the noise, the spittoon noise. Thank you for that.
Wow.
Okay.
I just ate one of the cubes. I'm pretty sure that's like pineapple or something. What do you think?
Yeah, well, yeah, actually, it could be
know.
pineapple. It's got that.
It has that consistency.
It just doesn't have the graininess of.
Right.
It's transparent too, though.
Yeah. Yes. Sorry, I'm looking at it really carefully. Anyway, whatever. That stuff's weird. Daryl, what were we doing? Oh, birthdays. Yeah, you just spit. Now you're going to do a birthday. Or no, you did birthdays. Or did you do birthdays? No, you're doing them now. You're doing them now. All right.
Okay. Christian R. Conrad is 50 today. He had 3 roles in 4 episodes of Deep Space Nine and Voyager.
He sounds like a villain in an episode of Columbo to me. That name. Christian Conrad Esquire, or whatever you say. What was the third name? Wasn't there
Christian
3
R. Conrad.
Oh, R. There was an R, yeah.
Christian Conrad McGillicuddy, Fernhofer.
You're the prime suspect in this murder, And then he'd say, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Here at Conrad, Bain, and Fart Knuckle, we're very happy to give any help the police need. And then it turns out in the end, he did it. He was the guy. All right. Daryl, what did he do? He played what?
3 roles in 4 episodes of Deep Space Nine and Voyager. He was a Bajoran, an alien, and some guy in 1996.
57, you say?
50.
50, oh. All right, well, I added a few years there. I shouldn't have. He's the same age as Brad Pitt. Keep that in mind, everybody. Brad Pitt is the same age as Christian R. Billingsworth, whatever his name was. Back to the thing here, then. Let's get to your question. We played that clip. It's a stupid kid yelling at Worf, and Worf saying, shut up and eat your dinner. What episode was that from? New Ground, Cost of Living, Rightful Heir, or Man of the People?
Well, I was going to just yell it out at the very beginning before any of these were listed.
Sure.
Because who can forget this horrible Alexander's stuff from that episode.
Oh, who can forget?
Yeah.
Never forget.
It was
yeah.
Cost of Living.
You think it was Cost of Living?
I think so.
All right. That was my favorite Fox variety show. It was unique because it had all those black people in it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Cost of Living Color?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Living Color. Oh, okay. I got it wrong. Daryl, let's find out if you're right about your answer. Hold on. Here, let's find out.
Congratulations.
You got it right.
You're a winner.
3 for 3 this week. We got one more day to see if Daryl can pull out a perfect week. I'll tell you what. If you do a perfect week tomorrow, here's my commitment.
Whoa.
If you get exactly the right answer tomorrow, I will give away not 1, but 2 of the Batmobile prints I talked about earlier in the show today to a listener.
Oh, no.
Live on the show tomorrow morning.
And if not, Daryl, they get nothing.
And they get
Good
nothing.
day, sir.
You know what? I'll even sweeten the pot, as the kids say. Or as I should say, people way older than me say. Okay? I'll sweeten the pot. I will give 2 away to listeners, and I will give Daryl a bonus print of my choosing. I will send Daryl something, because we never do that. Daryl never gets anything. So we'll send Daryl something cool. Something he likes, something he would like to hang on his wall.
Anything but bad food.
Right. So, because I got stacks of prints from Comic-Con here still, and I've got some great stuff I could send you. So that's the plan. Let's do that.
Wow.
Daryl, no pressure, no hype. Just see if you can do it tomorrow. He's the Trek Nerd, and that's on Twitter, the Trek Nerd. You can also find him at This Week in Trek at thisweekintrek.com, a fantastic podcast all about Trek, and the Grumpy Cast, a fantastic podcast all about grumpy people. That's going to do that for us. Let's see, what else we got? Oh, Daryl's going to play a little game. What is it called today?
Borg or Bees.
I have a theme for you. Here you go. All right, Borg or Bees?
I'm scared, actually.
Should be a little.
Maybe it should be.
Yeah.
Hemolymph.
Hemolymph?
Hemolymph.
Okay.
Hemolymph.
Yeah.
So,
Hemolymph.
hemo is blood.
Yeah.
Lymph.
Is
Hemolymph.
lymph.
It's like a lymph node, like a
lymph
gland.
Sure.
I'm going to say bees. I'm going to say it's part of a bee.
Yes.
That's my recommendation.
I'm going to go with your recommendation and support it, and by saying yes, that is what it is. It's a
their
bee
blood
thing.
gland.
It's their blood gland. So, yes, tell us more. Did we get it? Is it right?
This is the scientific name for insect blood.
Look at us. So it is a bee thing then.
Mm-hmm.
Do all bees have blood?
Yes.
Or do all insects have some form of blood? I guess they do.
Sure.
I guess so.
All right.
They leave it all over your window.
Ew, gross.
When they run into it.
Speaking of which, we ran into it must have been the Raymond Burr of insects yesterday.
Oh, God, really?
Just smeared up the side of that thing. It was so bad.
Shall know.
He couldn't even get his iconic line out before we obliterated him across my windshield. It was a fantastic day, everybody.
Television highlights of the news of yesteryear.
It's the news.
And it's brought to you by Andy, who is urgently raising funds to visit her mom, who recently discovered that she has stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Ugh.
Please help Andy and her son, who has never met his grandmother, see her before it is too late. For more information, visit bit.ly/helpandy, and that's ANDI, help Andy.
Oh, I'm glad we can have that on here and help him, but man, that makes me sad.
It does.
More, speaking of cancer, I did not mean to put this article here, by the way. There was no intention to match these up, but more than half of cancer deaths can be prevented. Half of them, Brian, 50% of all cancer deaths can be prevented.
Wow. Okay.
Finds a new report.
Well, sure. I mean, not smoking, not overeating. I'm sure. I mean,
Well, let's find out.
Okay. All right. How? How can they be prevented?
Well, here's how. The American Association for Cancer Research, or the ARC.
Other way around.
ACRA. I don't know how you'd say it. AACR. Predicts that more than 585,000 Americans will die of cancer in 2015, and half of those deaths could be avoided with just a few lifestyle changes. In 2014 edition of their annual report that got released yesterday attributes about 1/3 of next year's cancer deaths to tobacco use. That's almost 200,000 people. So if people quit smoking the cigarettes, they'd have 200,000 less people die from that. Despite being more informed than ever about the dangers of smoking, nearly 800,000 Americans still pick up the habit every year. 800,000 people pick it up per year.
800,000 people look at a cigarette and say, I think I'm going to start taking those.
Yep.
Those probably will work for me real well.
Yep. To me, that blows my mind. But that's so much lower than it used to be. Like, it used to be way worse than that. That used to be like 7-8 million people a year would pick up smoking.
Wow.
And about another third of next year's cancer deaths will stem from obesity. Being overweight or obese has killed or has been linked to 7 different kinds of cancer, including post-menopausal breast cancer. Unhealthy eating habits or lack of physical activity contribute to these. Colon cancers, prostate cancers, a lot of those are obesity is considered a factor there. He says it's not just about preventing cancer. A healthier lifestyle can also give cancer patients a better prognosis. So those things will contribute to you having a better chance of surviving just cancers that happened anyway. That means exercising regularly. I mean, it hit me the other day. I've never, and this is not, okay, I want to make a very clear difference here. This is not us fat shaming, okay? That is not what we do here on the show. We do talk about fitness, and we want to try to improve our lives, and we have a fitness geek come on Tuesdays, and we talk about losing weight and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like what I'm about to say is in line with that. I never see overweight old guys, ever. Do you ever see somebody in their mid to late 70s?
I can't say that I do. No.
Why? And the answer is easy. Because they die before they get that old.
Right. Yeah.
And it's sad because you realize, oh my gosh, every old person I see walking around having a good life in their golden years is a skinny, slim dude or lady. It's never a 350-pound guy, ever. So I just think that to me is eye-opening. It's like,
that's
whoa.
very telling. Yeah. Wow.
All that being said, none of this is easy, obviously. Or people, like my sister-in-law, who's been a cigarette smoker for most of her life, tried quitting 1,000 times, man. Just never worked. Finally, e-cigarettes come along. Life changer for her.
Really?
Oh, yeah. She's still, now she's whipping
still
out.
getting the tobacco. I mean, she's still getting the
nicotine.
Or I guess probably not the carcinogens, though, right? That's what you avoid with the E.
Yeah,
with
that's
the
what you
vaping.
lose. Yeah. So she just gets the nicotine, which is all she cares about. So now she's doing that. She can do it in a house. She did it in our house, and you can't even tell. There's no smell or anything. And she's feels so much better. She looks better. Everything about her is better. And it's only because now there's this alternative that doesn't, that gives the habit a chance to be weaned instead of having to, cold turkey it or whatever. It's impressive. Like, I feel like that e-cigarette thing is kind of a big deal. I know a lot of people are like, yeah, man, let's go to a vape hut and be an idiot for an hour or whatever. Like, everybody wants to stereotype it as all hipstery and stuff, but it actually is really helping some people who can't quit smoking.
I think so. And I think I don't know if people are considering it kind of what do you call the gateway that goes the other way? Like how, marijuana is the gateway drug into getting
to harder drugs.
What do you call the gateway of getting out of something like the
exit?
The nicotine patches are the ungateway. Just smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, I can't think of what the other term is, but yeah.
Do people consider the vape pens to be kind of the same thing? I mean, will that help you break the habit? Because it seems like you're still getting what your body is craving,
begging you for. Yeah, I feel like she's going to use it as not an exit strategy, but as a alternative.
Gotcha. Like a supplement, or not a supplement, but
yeah, it's just not hurting her. She's doing great and getting the things she needs, but at the same time not putting all that crap in her system, and she just feels so much better. She says, I've never felt better in my life.
Yeah. Well, good for her.
So I feel like that's a good thing. I know there's a lot of questions about it and whether or not it's as safe as everyone says it is and all this kind of stuff, but I can tell you it's better for her than all those cigarettes she was smoking.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Plus she looks all hipstery doing it, so that's cool. Let's see. By the way, make smart food choices and use sunscreen. Because
skin cancer.
That's the biggest. That's the biggest one. Biggest cancer.
Oh, is it really?
Killer.
Is that the most common?
Yep.
I guess that makes sense.
Biggest cancer killer in America, skin cancer. Papa Murphy, the biggest contributor to pizza eating.
That's that guy they always show making pizza during football games.
That's either Papa John or I'm not sure if that's John or Murphy.
Oh, Papa Murphy's is the take and bake, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Does he ever show up in his own ads? I don't even know.
No, I don't even know if there is a Papa Murphy.
Papa Murphy's pizza is so good.
Papa Murphy, please put down the pizza. Step away
What's your
from
name,
the pepperoni.
son? What's your name? Papa Murphy. Did you see that? You had to have seen that blooper reel for Into Darkness, Star Trek Into Darkness.
No,
Oh my gosh, the best moment in that. It's very funny generally, just really funny the whole time.
Yeah.
Clearly, those guys are really lighthearted and having a good time, and it really makes you feel good about the way J.J. Abrams handles his crew and stuff because they're just having a good time. By the end of it, though, there's like this little last quarter of it or so. There's a moment where Peter Weller, who famously played RoboCop,
right,
who's in that movie, says, "It's kind of nice having my own starship. I mean, before this, all I ever had was like a Ford Taurus." He was talking about that movie. I laughed so hard. I thought that was brilliant.
Drop your weapon. Madam, please step away from the vehicle. Officer Murphy.
Let's see. Papa Murphy, who's got nothing to do with any of that. You'd buy that for $1. Let's see. An employee at Papa Murphy admits rubbing his scrotum on a pizza was stupid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess that was kind of stupid, wasn't it?
Yeah. A Texas teen. Texas teen.
What's his power? Still able to wear a hat and have no cattle. Excelsior.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. Fake cowboys.
Right.
Texas teen employed at Papa Murphy's pizza franchise faces criminal charges after a customer caught him in the act of rubbing his scrotum on an uncooked stuffed crust Hawaiian pizza he ordered. Let's see.
They do this behind like a glass wall. It's like being at a subway, right? It's not like you can hide it.
Well, it depends on. Is it that way at a Papa Murphy's? Because I don't know how that works there.
Yeah, no, it's like a glass. So you call in your order, you walk in, it's already made for you. You pick it up, you take it home, you bake it.
Yeah.
But they're doing it behind like a glass, like a sneeze guard almost kind of thing, where they've got all the ingredients and they build it. And so, I mean, somebody doing that would be seen doing it. It's like it's not like you could get away with it.
Well, here's the best line. Quote. So are you, this is the consumer, or this is the customer, by the way. Customer asked this kid how old he was. He said he was 18. Then he said, "So you are old enough to know better than to put your balls on someone's pizza?" This customer said. "Yes," Simons replied. "Man, I'm really sorry. That was stupid," he says. Simmons was apparently upset that the order had come in just before closing time. That's why he did it. He allegedly admitted to police he probably would have fulfilled the order with the tainted pizza if he had not been caught. Tainted pizza.
2 points for Huffington Post for sticking tainted pizza in there. Well
That's
done.
really sneaky. Sneaky nuts. Simons is charged with tampering with consumer product. He's released on $10,000 bail. Papa Murphy's is a Washington-based chain and makes take and bake pizza. So there you go.
Nice.
I'm not going there.
Irony man, great response to that. The guy should have taken the pizza back and said, "I'm sorry, I can't eat this. I have a nut allergy."
That would have been great. What a missed opportunity. Yeah. Is there a statement? There's no statement from Papa Murphy. He woke up out of bed more.
Listen, this isn't the way we do things here.
We don't put our balls on people's pizza.
We have a whole video that advises against it.
What? I wonder if there's a picture anywhere of Papa Murphy. Like,
Oh yeah, so let's see.
He's obviously not as prevalent as Papa John.
No, and I hear the.
Oh, there's the picture of the dude.
Yeah.
When you do a search for Papa Murphy, you get the.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here's our story.
Sneaky nuts, man.
Handmade since '81.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm just trying to find the. There is no history there. There's a history page or our story, but there's no history. That's dumb. I want to see the actual Papa Murphy.
I do not. I'm scrolling through page after page after page, and I get lots of pictures of pizza, lots of pictures of teenagers making pizza, picture of people putting it in an oven. I do not have any pictures of somebody who looks like they could be Papa Murphy.
Started out in 1981 as Papa Aldo's Pizza. In '84 as Murphy's Pizza. The two chains merged in '95 and became Papa Murphy's Pizza. The company and its franchises operate 1,300 outlets. Blah blah blah. It doesn't say anything about. Trying to see if there's a founder. Papa Murphy.
Oh, there we go. There's the founder.
Who is it?
If that's him, then I'm.
I'm
putting a picture in the
Put in the chat.
I'm putting in the chat.
All right, let me take a look here.
Right there.
Okay. Really? Really? Brian, that almost looks like somebody took a picture of you.
We know, right?
Yeah. Papa Ibbett.
I'm gonna walk in there and say, "Hey, we're doing an undercover boss thing here. Let me behind the counter so I can." This mustache and beard is fake, by the way.
He looks like the Kingpin, by the way, a little bit in that suit.
He does. Yeah.
The Marvel Universe Kingpin, not
He's
the
a
Goose.
little bit wider in the face than I am. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you're a handsome man compared to this lump of a deal.
Terry Collins is the guy. The
Irony Man says,
juggernaut of pizza.
Irony Man says he is a testicle. Yeah, kind of a little bit. Speaking of testicles, I do have to throw this one out real quick. Just want to mention it. People are super pissed at.
You realize what you just said?
What? Speaking of testicles.
Speaking of testicles, I have to throw this one out real quick.
Whoops! This one's gone bad. I need to throw this one out. People urging radio stations to drop Rush Limbaugh, which I know happens on a pretty regular basis, but this one's special. He is suggesting that no means yes.
Oh, no.
A top Democrat is calling on radio stations to stop broadcasting the Rush Limbaugh show. By the way, is there a more obvious sentence in the history of the world? A top Democrat is calling on them to get rid of whatever.
This isn't even a Democrat versus Republican thing, really.
This is more like everyone who's decent versus Rush Limbaugh thing. Right. He said he made headlines for mocking Ohio State's new sexual assault policies, which require students to actively and explicitly agree to sexual activity. On his show Monday, Limbaugh claimed that requiring affirmative consent is an unreasonable standard because guys know what, quote, no means yes if you know how to spot it, unquote. You're a dirtbag. You're gross, Rush Limbaugh. I heard a really funny tweet about him.
Those Democratic sheep are at it again.
Rush Limbaugh.
You'll never see me coming.
You'll never see me coming. Yeah, I don't have the quote. There was a great tweet retweeted by some comedian last night on Twitter that made me laugh out loud, but as I recall, it may have been language I can't use on the show.
Oh, bummer.
About him. It was pretty funny. Yeah, that's bad, dude. Look, at some point, it's easy for fans of his show to defend him when he says things terrible like this. But this feels like a stone too far. Are there people who actually want to defend that?
Yeah, that is an irresponsible statement.
How can you defend that? Anybody? You want to try? Go ahead and email us. morningstream@gmail.com. themorningstream@gmail.com. Okay. HelloFresh has expanded nationwide. Did you hear me? Nationwide.
Hello.
Yeah. Up till now, you've been going, well, that's great. They're not here yet. Bang, 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 bang. We get that all the time from you guys, but not now. They're nationwide now. Our wonderful sponsor, HelloFresh, is all over the country. Visit them at HelloFresh.com. Make cooking fun again and get those great recipes we've been bragging about on the show anywhere you live in these United States. These States United. That's what I heard yesterday from Thomas Jefferson, played by Stannis Baratheon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the same actor. He's great in that. And he was talking to John Adams, and he referred to it as These States United. It was awesome. I love John Adams. That is one of my favorite miniseries / movie things ever. I freaking love it. Have you not seen that?
I still haven't seen it, no, but I have access to it.
You should watch it.
The neighbors have it on Blu-ray. The crazy neighbors have it on Blu-ray.
You should watch that.
And they rave about it.
It's so good. You should also watch it's on Amazon too if you ever want to do it that way.
Cool.
But it's fantastic. Oh my gosh.
If I ever don't want to go to the neighbors.
The language of that show. Yeah, if you'd ever want to stay out of the crazy for a little bit, you can do it there.
Right.
But it's so, the way they talk and speak, I eat that stuff up. You know me, I love my historical crap.
Of course you do, yes.
And
I went Westerns down, and you like your historical.
I do,
crap.
and I went down a rabbit hole, man. I wanted to know Alexander Hamilton and his duel with Aaron Burr. Like the vice president. They totally had a duel and he got shot and killed at 47. Like, it's just bananas. I've forgotten that John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, who were close friends, then bitter enemies, and then rivals, and then close friends again, right? Died on the 4th of July, 50th anniversary of the Independence Day. 4 hours apart on that day.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It is weird.
Weird coincidence or weird, yeah.
It's great. It's so much fun. I love that stuff. Anyway, HelloFresh.com. Go over there. Check them out. Get one of these amazing recipes. We recommend you do. Morning Stream at checkout for 50% off at HelloFresh.com. That's HelloFresh.com and the code MorningStream. Morning Stream.
Chairman J. Parnell Thomas of New Jersey opens an inquiry into possible communist penetration of the Hollywood film industry.
Ooh, looky. It's time for Celebrity Poop, and it's brought to you by...
Hey, drama nerd. The guys at the Weekly Bleep podcast want you to pay it forward. Let someone else take the stage and help foster kids go to acting class. Visit tiny.cc/stagekids to learn more.
Joan Rivers in the news again. She's recently passed.
Yes, the recently deceased Joan Rivers.
Her doctor reportedly took a selfie right before his biopsy and the heart attack she had. So he stopped for a minute and went
during the posing with her.
Yes. Supposedly
Really?
It's a shot of him leaning into it and going while she's under.
Oh my! Look at me! I'm with Joan Rivers. Whee!
This is the report anyway. A new report from CNN. This is CNN, supposed to be a reputable news source. Details the heart attack that put her in the hospital days before she died. According to the report, Rivers started to have a heart attack when her doctor began performing this biopsy. Earlier report, heart attack, something. Hold on, moving on. Okay, here we go. However, there is one detail CNN revealed tonight. Her doctor took a selfie before the procedure. Last week, they discovered the biopsy, denied any biopsy had ever taken place at the clinic. But then they got this shot of him taking this photo, and now it all looks like weird. You know what? If she'd have survived, everyone would just laughed. Look at this. They took a selfie.
I don't think so. I think somebody would have said that's inappropriate. That's an inappropriate time to take a picture with a celebrity when they're
completely agree.
Unconscious on the operating table.
Any patient. This is like, you know what this is equivalent to?
Right, exactly.
This is what it's equivalent to, Brian. You're in there. Okay, here's Brian Ibbett. He's up early. He's taking his barium all night. And he's on his way to the doctor for his colonoscopy.
Sure. Okay.
And so there's Brian on his belly, totally out, his butt in the air. All right.
Okay.
And doctor puts a
fantastic vision.
I like where the story's going. Doctor puts a toothbrush up his butt and then takes a selfie by it. That would not be considered very good for a doctor to be doing.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Wouldn't you agree? That's no good. You don't want that.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah.
Star Wars C-3PO's Star Wars 3 C-3PO Anthony Daniels. Demanded two things from J.J. Abrams before he would sign his contract. Two things.
A costume with better ventilation, I'm hoping, is one of them.
Could you put a little fan in there?
Would you be able to put my stink sack in that bag over there? Please.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Handle my stink sack. Isn't that
That's what Bill Duran had. Yep.
Yeah.
Stink bag, he called it.
Stink bag. I'm sorry, not stink sack.
Well, he's in Britain. It's different. Sack.
Would you put that stink sack in that pram?
Yes, please.
And then send it across the lorry to the lift. Make sure you take a torch because it's dark.
Oh, you know how they say zebras over there? I just heard this yesterday. Zebra.
Because
you know everything's Z, right? Instead of Z.
Right. Yeah.
They did. I heard somebody saying, yeah, you ever ridden a zebra? I'm like, oh, please, don't ruin that word.
And crosswalks
are
zebra crossings.
Are they really?
They are.
Why do they do that? What's that about?
Or zebra crossings.
Zebra crossing. Why is that?
Yeah, because of the stripes on the ground.
Oh. Well, that's more fun and that's jaunty. I like that.
It is, yes. Take the zebra crossing across and you'll get a jaywalking ticket.
Don't get hit by a lorry.
That's right.
He said in a recent interview with Entertainment Weekly that he revealed these two qualifications regarding the presentation of C-3PO, and he demanded of the project in exchange for his performance. Said he wouldn't do it without it. He said the conversation led him to talk to J.J. Abrams in the early stages in which the subject of the actor's performance came up. Filmmaker asked him if he had any interest in doing C-3PO as a voice, and he refused. He said, there is no way I would just do the voice. You got to put me in the damn suit. So he says one request. He had to be in there. Okay. Had to be in the suit. The other big request is that he was regarding the design itself. He wanted it to change. While it sounds like none of the alterations have been made to the character aesthetically, meaning he will look like the classic version. Instead, there are major interior changes to the suit.
A little more.
I think you might be right.
A little more in the crotch. Yeah.
You might be right as to what happened. He says, I've done things that make my life a lot easier.
Sure.
I can get it on and off very quickly now. I could take that statement two ways.
Right, totally.
I can get it on and off.
I can get it on and off very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
R2.
R2 keeps getting older, and I stay the same age.
Very strange. All right. We're done with that. TweakedAudio.com brought to you, or bringing you this show. Tweaked Audio, fantastic earbuds for a low, low price. They're already cheap, but if you want cheaper, how about 33% off because you listen to us and use this code? TMS listeners get the exclusive code of STREAM for 33% off at checkout on their fantastic selection of earbuds and audio equipment at tweakedaudio.com. When we come back, Nicole Spag will be here with recommendals. Later than that, or after that, Tom's Tech Time. Tom back from Italy, Italy. And he'll be here with us.
It's Tom's at the heck of time.
We even have some emails. We'll get to all that in a minute. Brian has music. What is it?
All right, this one's going out to Chad from snowy Calgary.
Right.
Hi, Sponge and Bob. So the day that marks the 34 years after my existence graced the world was a week ago. Yes, 9/11. I'm aware of the irony. 9/11.
Yeah.
9/11. And as I'm currently going through a rough phase of my marriage, I spent the day alone like any other non-birthday day. My day took a turn to the brighter side when the wife and kids came home, and my 8-year-old just out of the blue came to me before his bedtime and gave me a big hug and wished me happy birthday. So I decided to take matters in my own hands and celebrate my own birthday, damn it. I'm a classic rock fan, so any cover of a Led Zeppelin song would be really appreciated. Hug a hobo. Signed, Chad from snowy Calgary. We'll do it. I hope things work out. I hope you kids are able to get stuff straightened out. This one's great. This is decided not to go with Stairway to Heaven or Kashmir, because those are Kashmir is my favorite Led Zeppelin song, but decided to go with the Immigrant Song. This one performed by Eric Rogers. Prepare to crank this one up because this one rocks. It is from the Stairway to Rock album, came out in 2002. It's a cover of Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song.
Okay, so just real quick for some, this is the one you like.
I do.
That's your favorite. Okay.
That's my favorite.
I think that might be mine too. Now that you mention it. All right, I just had to.
When I'm gonna wreck my my dad's car.
Yeah,
that's the song that I'm playing.
That's the one you want to do. I like it because I feel like
it's an awesome set of tools.
It works with any kind of movie, even though no one ever uses it for this, but it would work for any kind of revenge movie where the guy at the end is just shooting everything up. Yep. Totally. Here you go. It's that song, and we're going to play it now. When we come back, other stuff. Stay tuned.
The hammer of
using one of the expensive conditioning shampoos. Now you're trying new Suave.
It's the same difference.
Suave's gentle, creamy lather is enriched with protein.
It's the same difference.
Suave conditioning shampoo leaves your hair clean, shiny, and easy to work with.
It's the same difference.
But Suave costs a whole lot less money.
That's not the same difference.
Suave does what theirs does and costs a third less.
That's not the same difference at all.
And a caveman.
The morning stream into daring rescue action.
And we're back. Hello. 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 Oh, where'd Brian go? I just glanced over the video and he's not there anymore. Oh, there he is. Well, that was fast. Hello. Hello?
Oh, hello. Sorry.
Oh, hi. Hello.
I thought I had 3 minutes.
Was...
I did have 3 minutes. I just thought that would be enough time.
You're totally fine.
How long have you been waiting?
Not very long. Not very long at all. You had 3 minutes, 7 seconds. I didn't even know you were gone, so I started talking. I glanced over, and there's like nobody there.
Right.
I'm like, chat room, did he collapse? And am I not going to hear about it for like 12 seconds?
Sorry.
No, I'm glad you're all right.
No, I just want to refill my coffee, and I thought, all right, well, I've got time. I texted Tina, said, hey, turn on the hot water, because I'm doing the instant coffee thing lately. And
yeah. That's good.
Whoops.
You guys need a Keurig. That's what you need.
We do. That would have been a little faster, wouldn't it?
I think so. I'm not sure, actually. That's a good question, whether those are actually faster or not. Hello, and welcome to the next part of what we're doing here, which involves a little something called this. Oh, yeah. It's time for recommendals, everybody. That means Nicole Spagnolo is here, and she is no stranger to TMS on Wednesdays. Nicole, what's going on?
Hey,
how are you? I'm fine.
Do you
how
like
are you?
my t-shirt, Brian?
What are you wearing
It's
there?
A very cool t-shirt. Look at you.
What does it say? I can't see it.
It says,
Coverville. Just redo it.
Just redo it. Oh, I get it. Like you're
I
covering,
don't wear
like
t-shirts,
redoing
and I
it.
love this t-shirt.
Aw, it's comfy, isn't it? They did a great job with those.
The best wearing t-shirt I own is that Coverville Coca-Cola one.
You said you're
Yeah.
too kind.
Yeah, I wear it all the time. I might be wearing it now underneath this other shirt I'm wearing. Hey, Nicole. It's good to have you back. And Nicole comes on Wednesdays, talks about streaming and other stuff. Did you change your setup again? You're in a different place again, no?
No.
Oh, something looks different.
Maybe there's just more light.
Maybe. Or maybe that's, I don't know, whatever. It's Arizona. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Nicole is here to talk about streaming stuff. Do we have a theme this week? I don't remember if we said anything before about that.
No, but I picked a theme.
Oh,
but
okay.
before I kick this off, I wanted to just bring up the fact that I talked about Snowpiercer last week.
Yeah.
And I went out, and when you said it was a graphic novel, I'm like, ooh, I need to look into that.
Yeah.
So I picked up both the volume 1 and volume 2 of Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
And holy wow, you have to read these graphic novels.
I want to.
Oh my gosh, they're so good.
Make Mark read those for Comic Dorks, will you?
I put him on his comic book stand.
French, right? Isn't that the deal? They're
Korean. They were
okay.
translated, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. Snowpiercer.
And it made the movie and that world just so much more layered, and I want to talk to someone about it so badly.
Wow. All right, I'm ordering the pair right now. So
yeah, you can get the pair for $30 on Amazon.
That's a great deal.
That's cheap.
And they're hardbound.
And it's 2 volumes, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes.
Yeah, for only $2 less, you get the paperback. Well, I'm going to pay the $2 more and get the hardbound. What are you kidding me?
Yeah. What kind of crazy person are you saying this?
Amazing.
Kidding me? Cool.
So,
all right.
Since you've seen the movie, Brian,
yes,
I think you're going to love.
Oh, I'm
this
sure I will.
graphic novel. Because
Yeah, I hear there's a lot more cars.
1001.
Right, exactly.
and it's a different story.
Oh, cool.
So they didn't base the movie off the books, but it's a different thread.
So they base it on the world of the books, but not the story in that.
Nice. Oh,
Yes.
awesome. I can't wait to read that then.
That's great.
I plowed
I'm all
through.
over it.
Not available on Comixology, just so people know. That's apparently not available there. But
Thank
Amazon.
you. Your order has been placed. An email confirmation has been sent to you.
Brian is,
So
Brian is the most.
Dude, if you guys recommend things to me, the two of you really, and Dunaway and Tom Merritt.
Yeah.
And the internet and
No, not everybody on the internet. There's a couple people who've recommended things that I've been like, really no,
Yeah.
One of them we might do a show with, but that's all I'm saying there.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. Hold on, I'm looking at this. How do you do the 2 for $30? Where is that deal?
It's underneath, like, so if you go scroll down to where it says you might also like to order this item with it.
Oh, I see.
Just uncheck Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure Blu-ray, which for some reason I recommended, but
that's weird. Mine put Saga Volume 1, which is more of a match, but
it didn't
really do that. That would have been awesome. What a weird deal. Okay, I'm gonna get this too. This sounds awesome. I want to read this. All right,
should.
Very nice.
Yeah, definitely, highly recommend.
And it's Korean, eh? Hold on here.
I believe so. I think it was
Are there
translated.
subtitles?
No, they translated.
Oh no,
it.
you know what? It's French.
Oh, shut up.
It's French.
It is French.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
French.
I thought it was French.
I thought it was Korean.
No, the movie is a Korean director. Is probably why you're confusing
Okay.
it.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. That's Wong Long Duck or whatever his name is. That sounded like I don't know. It's close to that. It's something like that. Hold on. His name is
horrible person.
Hold on. It's
Hungju.
Jun Ho Bong. That's it.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're still being racist.
I have 3 Korean siblings. I'm allowed.
Let's move on. This is.
If you listen, if you have a weird Korean brother like me, I think you get some leeway there.
Sure.
All right, Nicole. What's our theme today? What are we doing?
Okay. So this theme is dedicated to you, Scott.
Yay!
A movie just was released on streaming, and I know it's one of your favorite movies.
All right.
Do they make movies about pooping on planes?
You're a hoot over there. You're a real hoot. Sorry. I'm going to try to guess this, though. Can I guess it?
Sure.
A movie I'd really like that just showed up on streaming.
Yes. Don't cheat.
I'm not going to cheat.
Okay.
I'm looking at this potato chip clip while I talk. I'm thinking, okay, can I just at least ask one question? Live action or animated?
Live action.
Okay. This is going to be impossible.
You want me to give you the year it was made?
Yes.
1987 or 1997. Sorry.
97.
97.
I'm gonna guess it's a western.
Is it Unforgiven?
No.
Oh, I guess the same. It'd be a western. All right, I give up. What is it?
Gross Point Blank.
Oh, I love Gross Point Blank.
Oh, you do, and it's
I
finally
do.
streaming.
Oh my gosh, I love that movie so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to. I don't think it's a film sack movie, but it is just one of my favorite movies of all time.
It really came out on Netflix, so you can't watch it on Amazon Prime, but you can watch it on Netflix.
Yeah.
So starring John Cusack and Minnie Driver and Dan Aykroyd, and John Cusack's character, of course, is he's a hitman, right? And he's going to his high school reunion, class of 1986.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I guess, why do you like this movie so much?
Here's what I love about it. It is my, first of all, it's my age. So the guy, he is celebrating his 10-year anniversary, or his 10-year thing, whatever, reunion.
Class reunion.
That would have been my same year for my reunion, 1997, for my 10-year.
He's a hitman. Scott's a hitman.
I'm a hitman, right? Kim looks like a little like Minnie Driver.
Minnie Driver, by the way, favorited one of my tweets yesterday because I was commenting on a new cover song she did.
Oh, no way.
And she well, her publicist favorited it.
Yeah.
Favorited it.
Yeah, she has people for that. Yeah. Anyway, but I think the thing I like about it, beyond that kind of connection to it, and because of that, the music is from my era, like all that stuff is from my time. But what I think about it, the thing I love about it, is this weird combination of a Tarantino style movie mashed up with a John Hughes style movie. With this really sweet love story and this really great idea of coming back to your roots, all mixed in with like this Tarantino style like thriller, action, also comedy, kind of dark comedy thing going on. That combination is so weird and so unique. I've never really seen any other movie pull it off quite like this, and it just makes me smile from ear to ear every time I watch it. And third thing, the greatest role Dan Aykroyd ever performed in his career. Abso-freaking-lutely. The best Dan Aykroyd character ever. And I love Ray from Ghostbusters. I love Dan Aykroyd, period. I like him in everything he's in. I like him as Miss Daisy's son in Driving Miss Daisy. I like him in all of it. But I really, really like him in this. He's amazing. And the way he goes out in this movie is still a classic moment.
Well, it also shows that, and I find this to be true even today, when you get away from high school, when you go back to that environment, it seems to just suck you back in.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's something weird about high school reunions and like,
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like we never leave high school in a way.
Right.
And that just kind of reminds you of that.
And when I went back to high school for my 10-year anniversary or reunion, I also put a pen in a guy's neck in the hallway and killed him. So
the similarities never end.
They don't cease, really. It's fantastic. Honestly, it's in probably my top 5 movies of all time. I love this movie. So you were right to think that I like it.
Yeah. Did you know it was streaming?
I did know. Somebody had leaked to me that it was streaming, but for some reason it didn't come to mind when you said 97, and I feel like an idiot now, but I should have known that.
Oh, it's all right. Yeah. You'll have another chance when we talk about Quizlers to guess them. So, of course, John Cusack is going to be your theme today.
Oh, and Tina swoons when she listens to this episode.
Oh, yeah.
She loves her some John Cusack.
My wife, too. She thinks he's the bomb.
She wants me to...
Is it Cusack She wants me to... Cusack?
Cusack?
I think it's Cusack. It's Cusack is my understanding.
John Cusack.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
John
It's
Cusack.
Cheeto. Say Cheeto.
Cusack.
Cusack. Got it.
Cusack.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Yes, please
All
see
right,
it, everybody.
next
Don't waste your time watching anything else. Go watch this movie. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. And there are a lot of John Cusack movies streaming, and it was kind of hard to pick just 3. But the next one I have for you, since you're getting ready to attend a wedding of your daughter and that kind of young love, I thought the 1989 film Say Anything was appropriate.
That's such a good movie.
Such a great, it's a smart, funny love story. I mean, it's before there were chick flicks, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, the young girl, they're graduating high school. The young girl has her plan to go off to college, but then you have John Cusack's character who is just, he's been in love with her, but he's always been so nervous. And then they form a relationship. And it's a very sweet film. So.
Yeah. Well,
I gave her my heart and she gave me a pen.
Yeah. One of the great moments in movie history with the In Your Eyes theme song.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
There's nothing like that. Like that was
and
epic.
what's Iona Sky doing these days?
You know she's got talent.
She is doing stuff.
Is she?
I mean, it's kind of, it's not notable, but I've stuff.
So you went from defending her to
she's not doing anything notable.
Well,
she's doing stuff. It's just not important.
Well, it's the kind of B movie, it's not blockbuster movie theater stuff that I've seen her in.
Yeah,
I've seen her in a lot of indie stuff.
Yeah.
She was in one of my favorite movies that's not streaming, but it's Dream for an Insomniac. Love that movie. It's a great movie.
By the way, that movie, John Mahoney plays the father of the daughter there, played by Iona Sky. Or, sorry, Diane Court. No, that's her character, Diane Court.
Yeah, her character's Diane Court.
John Mahoney, who plays James Court, is Frasier's dad on Frasier.
That's right.
Yeah, always throws me off when I see him in that. But yeah, that's another great movie. The thing is about Cusack, you can kind of say this about the guy, and he doesn't get a lot of play these days. I mean, I don't feel like people talk about him a lot, but has he ever been in something super crappy? He probably has, but
yeah,
lots of movies that are really good. Like good movies. Like I feel like he's got a great track record,
Yeah, he does. But there's one movie that's streaming that I haven't had a chance to watch. It's with Nick Cage. So I'm like,
what is it? What's it called?
Frozen Ground.
Oh, newish thing.
Yeah. It's, last year.
That's the murder thing, right? It's like he goes to a small town to solve a murder.
Killer, yeah.
Yeah.
Frozen Ground. I'm just looking here.
I haven't seen this,
it's
but
streaming. I haven't had a chance to watch it, so of course I can't recommend it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Identity was really good. Con Air was really good.
Oh my gosh, dude, he plays Clay Riddell in freaking Cell, Stephen King's Cell. I just about pooped my pants just now reading that. I love that book. That's one of my favorite. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I love that book. It's basically Stephen King's zombie book, but the way the zombies work in that game, everybody's cell phones suddenly broadcast a signal that if you pick up the cell phone and listen to it, it turns you into a raving.
Don't tell me about it.
No, it's no spoiler. It just turns you into a crazy person. And
yeah, that's in the opening.
Yeah, he avoids it. It happens right away.
I need to read that.
Entertainment Weekly actually published the first chapter of it because they and Stephen King have a big love relationship.
We do. I love that about that magazine.
Yeah, well, except for the fact that they keep saying Under the Dome is a really good show.
Yeah, that's true. And it's not that great.
It was a great first season, and then they said, "Hey, let's extend this into multiple seasons," and that's when the story just stopped.
Should have been a miniseries. That's what that should have been.
Right.
Cell though. Oh, and now knowing he's in this, and this comes out this year, is it?
Is it coming out?
Oh gosh, you have no idea how excited. Yeah, it makes me so excited. No, this is like movie.
It's gonna be a movie release. Wow.
Yeah. Mysterious cell phone signal causes apocalyptic chaos. Oh, I love that book. All right, I'm in. Look at these people in it: John Cusack, Samuel L. Jackson, Stacy Keach, Lloyd Kaufman. What? Hold on, Catherine Dyer. Other people you know. That's awesome. I'm in.
All right. Okay.
I had no idea. This whole segment has just made my day. Anyway, keep going.
This is going to be Lucius in the Dragon Blade movie coming out next year.
Oh, good. Finally.
So
our long national nightmare is over.
He's finally paying the bills.
Yep.
The final movie I have for you.
Yeah.
I think because you are a huge fan of baseball. Yes.
I love baseball.
You love baseball. You watched the documentary.
The Ken Burns baseball documentary. I've seen it now 4 times completely, and that doesn't sound like a big deal until you realize that it is 18 hours long. It is that long. It's 18. Well, it's 9 innings, 2 hours each, and then a 10th inning. I've seen that once of the 4 times because that's new. They did like an update, but yeah.
Is that streaming?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, there you go.
And it is freaking amazing.
So with that in mind,
the connection between baseball and John Cusack is going to be because I can't come up with it. Oh, okay.
The 1988 film 8 Men Out.
Oh, I love 8 Men Out.
Yes, it's streaming on both Netflix and Amazon Prime. This is the only one that's streaming.
The White Sox scandal deal, right?
Yeah, the Chicago White Sox 1919 Black Sox scandal.
The Black Sox, right? Yes,
Black
exactly.
Sox.
Yeah, say it ain't so, Joe. That whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, I like it. It's got Charlie Sheen in it.
Yeah,
Does it
young
not?
John Cusack, Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, sure does.
Let's see, Charlie Sheen, Michael Rooker.
Oh no way,
Oh,
dude.
look at that. Yeah.
He was in that. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
D.B. Sweeney.
Yeah.
John Mahoney.
Yeah. Oh, again, John Mahoney back again.
John
Dude,
Mahoney.
yeah, he
Wow.
could have been the theme almost.
David Strathairn.
What are your intentions with my daughter?
Or David Strathairn. Well, that guy, you know him. He's the dude from the Bourne
Good Night,
movies.
Good Luck.
Good Night, Good Luck. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that movie is so good too. You guys may just want to watch movies. It's, you know what it is? Fall's creeping up, and this is the time of year where I go, let's just cuddle in and watch an awesome movie tonight.
Did you watch Primal Fear yet?
No.
Speaking of John Mahoney,
No.
you need to do that.
All right, I'll get on that. I'll get on that.
Here's a
Give me a
spoiler
whole-
about that movie.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's got John Mahoney in it. Yeah, good
Richard
recommendation.
Gere.
All 3 of these are strong, man. This is my favorite theme you may have ever done.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Because all 3 of these are just awesome, and Gross Point Blank, I'm going to watch that this weekend if I can get time between the wedding crap.
Indeed.
Yeah, because the wedding thing. So here's the deal. This is pretty nice. Saturday, wedding stuff, all the photos, all that crap. The actual ceremony stuff ends at 3, and then everyone takes off. Like we're all kind of done with each other for a while. And
Until Wednesday, right?
Until Tuesday, which is Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday night's the big reception, and then it all gets crazy again. But I think that day, I'm just going to take the other 2 kids that aren't married yet, and we're just going to have fun, man. We're going to go to arcades. I'm going to go to the comic book shop. It's going to be awesome.
Make them feel like like they're part of this too, and
That's right.
they get a little attention themselves. Good for you.
And there's no rush.
Good
We can
dad.
we can still be little nerds and not get married right away.
This is also holding them as close as possible.
Yeah, there's a little psychosis in this. Nicole, fantastic recommendals. Where can people find more of what you're doing and why? Well, not
you
why,
can
because we
find-
know why, because it's good.
So if you miss any of the recommendals and you're like, what did they say? You can go to recommendals.com. I also have a Twitter account for recommendals at twitter.com/recommendals, and that's 2 M's. And you can find all the past recommendals we've done.
Nice.
Iceworm cuts them, and I throw them up on the website. So
Good old Ice Worm.
yay! Thanks, Iceworm.
Intern of the world. Fantastic. Nicole Spag on Twitter. And
Don't you want your Quizler?
And a
You
Quizler. Ready, aim, Quizler.
Get ready to push me out.
No, I'm ready
You're
now.
like, "Wait."
My body is ready. Give it to me.
Okay, here you go.
This is outrageous!
That's your theme. Go.
Okay.
Johnny.
4 weeks. 20 papers, that's $2. Plus tip.
Oh, gee, Johnny, I don't have a dime. Sorry.
Didn't ask for a dime. $2.
Oh my gosh.
French dressing? French fries?
Why can't I think of this? This is all very familiar, but I can't.
Yes.
Doesn't
this have booger in it too, or am I thinking of the other one that came out around the same time?
Booger's in 2 of them, right? Oh,
Yeah,
I know
he's
what
in-
this is. This is Not Better Off Dead.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, it is?
Why
Oh.
not? Why not Better Off Dead?
Okay. I was thinking it was the other one with the cartoon bunnies.
That's One Crazy Summer.
One Crazy
That's,
Summer.
Demi Moore, and that's when I was. Oh, that's got Bobcat Goldthwait. Yeah. So Booger was in this one.
Oh, yeah, Booger.
$2.
I saw Booger in an episode or a few episodes of Parenthood, and my kids are just so annoyed with me because the show's on, it's going, that guy walks out, and I just in the back of the room and I go, Booger! And they don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, that's great. I love Quizzlers. What do we win? Do we win anything? We don't win anything, do we?
My praise.
Oh, that's
No.
all I needed.
Good job.
Thanks, man. Nicole, have a great time, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye now. All right. That's it from Nicole.
Okay.
Now here on NPR, we're gonna add the ace detect himself.
You don't
Now,
say.
I haven't spoken to him about this. I hope he remembers he does this on Wednesdays.
Maybe forgotten in a wall of pasta and spumoni.
Spumoni. Hold on, I gotta find his theme. Here it is.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
A little punchy today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming him back from the beautiful, lovely Italy, as my dad would say it. It's Tom Merritt, everyone.
Gelato, friends, not Spumoni.
Oh, whoops.
Gotcha.
The places I was going.
And you had
Did
like
you see any villas in Tuscany?
They don't have
From the
those there.
train. Yeah, I saw a
Are
couple.
there any available?
Probably. I don't know.
Did you? So Tom was in Italy for just a trip, an awesome vacation with his wife Eileen, who we also love, and had a great time. It sounds like. How'd it go?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was, Roman ruins. I saw where Julius Caesar was killed is now a cat shelter.
Oh, et tu, Merritt, et tu. Yeah.
Yeah, et tu, Kite. Yeah, I'm a big history fan. So, being in all of these places and being like seeing bits and pieces, just like a cat sunning itself on a Roman column ruin.
Oh, weird.
Is hilarious.
Yeah.
And Florence was beautiful. Venice is beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't want to brag too much.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Did
it was
you meet the Pope? Did the Popa say hello or anything?
No, we went to the
using my Wi-Fi.
we went to the Vatican, and yeah, I thought it was a little rude that he didn't come out and say hi.
I know, right? You go all this way.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a roaming Wi-Fi hotspot anyway. I think you'd at least offer that up so you could check your email or something.
He's a Roman Wi-Fi.
Yeah, see?
Hey.
Ding, zing. All right. Hey, well, we missed you around here, but I know
I
it was a
gotta
good
tell
time.
this story, by the way, about the Vatican City.
Yeah.
So we're coming back through customs, which, by the way, the customs at LAX was super efficient this time.
Yeah.
I don't know what they've done, but it was amazing. We just breezed through. But the guy's like, did you visit any other countries besides Italy?
Yeah.
And I said, no. And Eileen says, well, unless you count Vatican City, which technically is another country.
Yeah.
And the guy says, nah, it's just a city.
Really?
And waves us on.
That's awesome. See, perspective. They didn't ask you if you had any fruit that you brought over the border or anything.
No,
Okay.
no. That's more of a crossing into California thing.
Yeah.
You have any fruit to declare.
Yeah, I always wondered about that because it's the only time
Yeah.
it's ever happened to me is going to California. And is that still a thing? If I drive to California, they're going to stop me for fruit? Is that still?
I haven't driven across that particular border in about 8-9 years. But last time I did, they were like, yeah. They actually made me throw out an apple one time.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just so weird to me. I don't know why I find that so strange. I feel like there's a lot of other things in my car that they should be worried about, and not that.
Well, it's the fruit fly thing.
Oh.
Back in the 70s, the fruit flies were decimating crops, and so that's when they put in those strict.
And now they're just decimating my kitchen because that banana's been there too long.
Yeah, right.
Well, Tom, it's great to have you back. And a lot of tech happened while you were gone, and we in particular took some heat for our particular coverage of Apple stuff.
Over coverage of Apple, jeez.
Because we tend to lean,
You mean the morning stream did?
Yeah,
Yes.
we did. We were into, because we like Apple stuff and we're excited about the new phones, and so we talked about it, and we had someone take umbrage that we don't do nearly enough Google coverage here on the show for some reason.
Did Apple put out a phone?
Yeah.
I was out of the country.
Yeah, you were busy eating whatever you eat over there.
What time did they go on sale in Italy?
Yeah.
About 10 a.m. actually, and I slept until 11, so I didn't get to order one because when I tried, it totally failed and gave me your order failed. We'll email you if it worked.
Yeah.
Which is the worst customer service.
A lot of people get that. 4 million phones sold in 4 hours or something. It's some crazy record break. At some point, I wonder when I should be mad about that not working.
This time. This is the time when you're mad.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the first few times the iPhone came out, it was brand new. They didn't know what to expect. It was overwhelmingly popular. I get it, right?
Yeah.
Even for a few generations, like, wow, it gets more popular every time. And it definitely got more popular. But come on.
It does seem like they should be ready.
The supply chain king is running the company. I guess maybe that's the problem, is he's running the company instead of being the supply chain king. But you can't, I don't know. I feel like this is one too many times where the same thing happens.
Well, part of the problem is we have nothing to compare it to. So, like, we don't have a good comparison of anybody else failing or succeeding with the same volume in the same 4-hour period. You know what I mean? Like, in a way, it's like, well, yeah, you should be used to this by now, Apple, but nobody else is doing that. And so we don't.
I hesitate to say nobody because I'm sure there's a few other examples of consoles and various things going on sale and having
there might
fast
be
online sales. But Apple always gets everybody paying attention. So
I guess so.
And honestly, I was slightly underwhelmed by these phones. I feel like the past 3 generations have been very nice iPhones, but not the kinds of thing where I'm like, wow, I've got to have this right away. It's the sort of thing I'm like, you know what? When the order failed, I was not disappointed. I was just like, well, whatever. I changed my mind. I said, maybe I'm just going to get a Moto X because I was kind of mad.
Yeah.
But I changed my mind because I think to cover this space, unfortunately, you kind of have to have both. I've got plenty of Android phones around. I use a Nexus 7. I'm sort of covered on that side. My wife works for Google, so she's always going to have the latest and greatest. So I think I'm going to have to get one just so I can say, all right, because I'm 2 generations behind. I'm on a 5 right now.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, yeah, I'm genuinely excited about the phone. I think it's you're right in a lot of ways that it's another refinement to an already great phone, but it's not like they're blowing out the doors and making some revolutionary thing here. But I really wanted to get where your stance was on the watch. What's your 411 on the watch?
Yeah, that was a very Apple-y announcement. Where they said, "Look what we've done." I don't remember who did it, but there was a really well done recasting of the announcement if Steve Jobs had still been alive.
Yeah.
And I think everyone would have been like rushing to get a watch if he had done it, because what they did with the interface, it would have been a
lot more boom, right? It would have been like, you tap the watch and boom.
Yeah. I said boom a lot. Yeah.
We reimagined what we looked at what you need from a timepiece.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they nailed the interface, which nobody has been able to do yet.
Yeah.
I feel like this is kind of what I would need. I'm not the kind of person who needs a smartwatch. I've never felt that gap in my life. And what Apple's usually good at is saying, hey, you didn't think you needed a tablet, but guess what? We're going to show you how. I don't feel they quite pushed me into that where I'm like, I have to have that, because what I would use it for is notifications and fitness tracking, and all the fitness tracking that I use, which is locational and distance, I can still do on the phone.
Yeah.
And in fact, I still need the phone even if I have the watch.
Yeah.
What the watch can do is step counting and Fitbit type stuff. And that's cool. And if you're really into Fitbit, I can see where this watch would be really compelling for you. But for me, I don't think it quite got me over the edge, but it's pretty close.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested to see how it all plays out, and also, what Android continues to do in that same space, because whether or not
do the solid gold one, right?
No, sir. I'm not sure I'm doing any of it, to be honest. I may wait a generation. I'm not even sure I want to watch, period. Like, I'm still on that side of it, regardless.
So you're about where I am.
Yeah.
We're like really good, really probably the best attempt at a watch, next to the Pebble, but they're hard to compare because the Pebble is trying to do a different thing than the Apple Watch.
Yeah.
But the criticisms are you got to live in the Apple universe. Well, that's true of everything Apple makes. It's always best in the Apple universe. So I'm not going to ding them per se for that. That's just who that company is.
Sure. And I since I am in that ecosystem, it would be a strong play for me if I wanted a freaking watch, and I'm not sure I want one because it's not a thing I do or use. I haven't had a watch in 10 years. I always break them or ruin them or something. Like, I don't know why this would change that for me so much. So I'm still way on the fence for that. But I'm trying not to let that change, create a bias for me. But I'm not sure it's a category that has the kind of legs that smartphones have had, or that personal computers have had, or any other big technological adoption has had. Like, they're trying to convince me of that. Everybody on all sides is, but I'm not sure about that.
I'm actually very excited about Apple Pay, not because I necessarily am seeing myself using it, which I may, but because it's going to make tap to pay happen. Android devices have all of this capability already, right?
Yeah.
And so what this is going to do is going to drive merchants into saying, ooh, we need to do tap to pay. And wow, the majority of people don't have Apple devices, but we have so many Apple enthusiasts coming in that we're going to have to accommodate both. It's going to be like Visa and MasterCard, I bet.
Yeah.
Where, they're going to say, hey, we take Android and Apple Pay.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Google Wallet, I should say.
They're going to sell a ton of these phones. They already have. And they will. This is going to be. They will sell a ton of these phones. So at least in the American market, I think it would behoove vendors to get on board with that, because you're going to service a pretty large base. And again, you've already got a big install base of Android people who have this tap to pay stuff already there. Why wouldn't you? Yes. Why wouldn't we move into that next step here? I think this is
and
totally
Apple's really good at doing that, pushing us into like, this is the technology that hasn't been perfected, but now we've figured it out because we're the best at everything. They think. And then that causes some mass adoption. Sometimes it causes it to Apple's benefit. Sometimes it just ends up setting a standard for everybody. I think tablets are a great example of that. The best tablets out there are not necessarily the iPad, but they wouldn't exist if it weren't for the iPad.
Well, right. And if you didn't have 07 and Steve Jobs launching an iPhone, I don't know where smartphones are today. I mean, maybe they'd be a lot further along. So, yes, they have that power, and I think everybody benefits from these standards getting pushed, or at least getting it out there. And then sometimes that bites them in the ass. If you're going to make the Mac OS back in the 80s and 90s, and then Windows comes along and everyone realizes, a visual operating system is the way to go. And then they got buried, almost murdered, by their inability to be flexible within that change. And then the same thing happens with Android, the exact same thing. The only major difference here is they don't seem to be crumbling like they did back when Jobs was fired and they got stupid. But it's the same thing. You come out and you do something brilliant, and then everybody else goes, yeah, that is brilliant. We're going to do one too. And then Apple's like, well, shite. We're the best at this. Why is everyone buying that other stuff?
I don't even think Apple says shite. I think Apple goes, good try.
Yeah.
We're Apple.
You're probably right. There's something in this conversation for Richard to like.
Hey, thanks to Bruce in the chat room, by the way. He found, with my vague description, he found jiggity.com/steve.html is the recasting of the Steve keynote. If you're into this sort of thing and you're curious, like, what would this keynote have been like if Steve Jobs was still alive? This is it.
Oh, wow. I want to see this. All right.
It's really well written.
I'll check it out after this. By the way, here's
boom, boom, boom. We're done.
Boom.
And boom.
Boom.
And boom.
Boom.
And boom. And again, boom.
You take a photo of your credit card. It's saved securely on your phone.
Yeah.
When you need to pay something, you hold it next to the register, and you use your finger to authenticate.
Boom.
Boom. Done.
Nicely done. One more thing. We're going to pretend like you two didn't know we were going to ask him to put their album out.
He wouldn't have done that big staged conversation with Bono.
I wouldn't think so. That didn't feel very Jobsy to me. I mean, it's just so easy to retcon what Jobs would do. I know people are fond of doing that, and who knows, because who knows? There's no way to know. But that did feel like, it felt like E3. Is what that felt like.
Oh God, it did. Yes.
Like an E3 presentation where Ubisoft brings out somebody and does a little role play about their next video game, and I just thought to myself, no,
that
we don't.
so rarely works. It's so rarely done in a way that you can. Well, at least in the ways, if it's done poorly, you can tell it's done poorly. If it's done well, then you think it's natural. Then you think it's completely off the cuff. But it's so rarely done well that
here's how
it always comes across.
Here's how Tim Cook should have done it. They should have said, and coming out on stage right now, you too, everybody. And they come out and they sing their song. Done. Then Tim Cook comes out and says, And by the way, you're all getting the album absolutely free. Good night, everybody. And that's it.
Or you could have even had some fun with it. How about everybody here in the audience is going to get that album for free? Not enough? All right. How about everyone, with an iTunes account is going to get that album for free?
Yeah.
And how about, and the way we'll give it to you is send you an email.
Right.
You can choose to click on if you want the album.
Exactly.
The whole thing
that would have been the right way too.
That whole thing was weird.
That was the only major mistake. Giving out the U2 album is brilliant. That's a fantastic gesture on Apple's part, and well done. The only problem is they forgot the cardinal rule of the internet is you always ask permission first.
Yeah. You need to have a yes or decline. Yeah. Just the way that stuff works. All right. Well, this is all well and good, but I'm curious, was there any other big news that you're planning on covering even today that is not Apple related?
With between the Apple announcement and of course the phone, the iOS 8 dropping today, and the phone's actually arriving on Friday.
Yeah.
I think a lot of companies are kind of holding their fire, so there's not a ton. Facebook has an interesting app in the works that I was reading about called Facebook Moments. The idea is that I think it's TechCrunch that's saying it's out there, so I'm not sure if it's an official announcement, but the idea is that you would more easily be able to share things on Facebook just with family, just with certain friends. And when it shows up in their timeline from this Moments app, it says this is only for you guys. So it's clear that you're not sharing it with the entire Facebook.
And they can't necessarily just reshare it on their timeline in a public way or whatever, I would hope.
Right. This is not functionality that doesn't already exist in Facebook. Obviously, you could make lists and all of that.
Yeah.
And there's even little tiny icons that'll tell you sometimes that this is only shared with certain people. But I think Facebook's trying to improve that to make it easier, because lists are unwieldy, and make it clearer when something's like, hey, this is only shared with a small amount of people.
All right. One last thing before you go, and everyone should be checking out Daily Tech News Show today, because that'll be rad to have. I know you've already been back and done episodes, but it's just great to have you back, man. America's not the same without Tom Merritt.
Incredible thank yous to you and Brian both for
thanks,
helping
man.
fill in while we were gone. That was fantastic.
That was great. It was a lot of fun. I got to tell you, I felt huge pressure on that Apple Day just to do it right.
That was one I actually listened to live in the sputtering Wi-Fi in Florence that I had.
Yeah.
And you kicked it. You did great.
Well, thanks, man. And it was really fun to do. And it was, I don't know, I felt like that was such a meaty announcement in terms of just stuff you could riff on that it ended up being way fun. And I was nervous for nothing because it was a lot of fun.
Let me say something to Squishy.
Yeah.
Particularly right now.
Yeah.
I am not anti-Apple. iPhone's good. It's really good. And the iPhone 6 is great. And if that's the kind of phone you want, you should get that. I'm not anti-Apple. I don't get the excitement of like, I have to rush out and have this right away that I used to. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great, this is the anti-Richard you're talking to in the chat room. This Richard guy we've been hearing from is thrilled right now with what he's hearing, that Tom is actually who he is, which is a nice, neutral-minded guy. That's how it's always been. I'm a bit of a fanboy. So's Brian. We admit that. Tom comes in and just evens out the dough a little bit.
He is, right, exactly.
Says, you know what, everybody, just calm down.
I just don't want to pick a side. I'm a coward.
All technology is good.
Tom, you fence-sitter. All right, the last question I was going to ask you, and to before I do that, remind people that New Current Geek, we're back. We're back at it this Friday.
Oh, yeah. Hiatus over.
Yeah, we are attempting to get Anthony Carboni and Jury on, and I haven't heard back from Anthony, but we're working on some cool guests, and it should be rad, so everybody be there. All right. What I was going to ask you is this. How do you stand as someone from our generation who graduated roughly the exact same time as Brian and I? Mm-hmm. Where do you stand on Gross Point Blank as being one of the greatest films ever made?
You know, it's funny. Gross Point Blank, when it came out, I saw it in the theaters. Yeah. And for me, it was, this is taking me back to that time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And now looking back, it feels like it's more of a package. Like it's the bookend to that time. Not so much... because Better Off Dead came right to my brain as soon as I heard that clip on the Quizler today.
Oh.
Like, love that whole John Cusack oeuvre. So, Gross Point Blank, great movie or greatest movie? I don't. That would be the question.
Well, I like that you're leaving us with a little bit of a mystery there. Anything else you would like to mention before you go off into the land of Tom?
Yes, I wrote a book recently. It's very silly. It's about two private investigators, Django and Sawyer, who are fighting crimes in their neighborhood. The cover of the book shows them as dogs, but it never says in the book
Right, who says
that
they're dogs?
actually dogs. It's a noir mystery about the gray man and their fight to uncover him and the other adventures they go on along the way. So if you want to check that out, TomMerrittBooks.com.
I love it. Tom Merritt, everybody. Ace Detect on Twitter. Tom, always good to have you, and it's great to have you back. We will see you next week.
Back.
Thanks, man. Bye now. There he goes.
No.
He's wearing a St. Louis hat. Look at him representing. Always true to his team. All right. We got emails.
Like that's a mistake.
Oh, I know, right? We have emails, and they're brought to you by.
This segment is brought to you by Days on Daldwin. Hello, Scott and Brian. I just published my first comic book, Days on Daldwin, on Comixology. So look for it there. Or go to dombardal, DOMBARDAL.com, and click on the banner there. Love drawing while listening to the show, though.
No.
Boom.
Boom.
There it is. Boom.
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 Boom. And boom. Just boom. Boom.
Just a boom. I miss Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a dude. All right. Hey, Philip J. Fry and Bender Rodriguez. Says
Okay.
Gabriel from L.A. Says, you guys mentioned Carl Sagan's son yesterday during Stump a Trek Nerd. While Carl Sagan's son might have lived up to his father's expectations, or might have...
Might not.
Well, it doesn't say not.
Might have. Yeah, okay.
By not becoming a cosmologist, his two proteges carries his spirit. I think he meant not.
Yeah, the knot should have been in a different place.
Yeah. Who are these two proteges, you may ask? Well, one goes by the moniker of the science guy. Yes, Bill Nye went to Cornell, where Carl Sagan was one of his professors. Nye is also CEO of the Planetary Society, which Sagan founded and created. The other protege is everyone's favorite astrophysicist, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Sagan personally invited Neil to Cornell when he was just in high school to show him the campus, and the rest is history. Love the show, bros. Gabriel from L.A. Yeah, I mean, clearly those guys carry the torch. No
Sure.
question. I was just curious where
They're
how
just
the
not
sun
offspring.
fit in. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't give birth. He didn't push them from his loins.
To our knowledge, he did not give birth to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
No. I mean, there may be a story there. Who knows? But
Who knows?
we're going to make an assumption. Logan H. wrote in, says, Dear Scott and Brian, I thought I'd share with you that my parents' wedding about 10 years ago featured the reception the day before the wedding. It was a memorable reception with tornadoes abound. Anyway,
Nice.
with them leaving for the honeymoon wedding day after the ceremony. My aunt, who lives in Indianapolis, had their reception the day after about 7 years ago. Don't worry, Utah isn't that weird at all. Love the show, though. Logan H., fan of TMS since the Sheen days. Well, that would have been very early.
So the crazy neighbors have a niece
Yeah.
who invited the whole family out for her wedding. They were going to do the wedding in front of at the courthouse and then have the big reception that night. So everybody comes to the wedding and they, eat and drink and dance and talk about the Packers and have a big table full of gifts and that sort of thing.
Right.
And then at the end of the reception, her niece says, by the way, we actually didn't get married today. We're going to probably take care of it next week.
Oh, my gosh, really?
Yes.
See, it's just whatever it is. People just do whatever they do.
Right.
There's no rules. There are no rules. And if there were, that would be boring. Do your own
To
thing.
this day, we're still not sure if they're actually married yet or not.
Oh, weird. That is.
But they have a nice new toaster oven.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Mhm.
How you gonna do your English muffins in the morning? That's how. All right. One quick thing I was gonna mention. So the kids, my daughter and her soon-to-be husband, their plan for the honeymoon was we had all worked this out. They were gonna go to Cabo San Lucas in Mexico. Well,
Sure.
guess what just got decimated by a hurricane last week?
No, really? Oh my God! Do they already have tickets and all that?
All that stuff was reserved and done. So we got a phone call yesterday. Kim comes into the bathroom while I'm in there doing my business, and she goes, "Oh my gosh!" And she's listening to her phone, some voice. She goes, "Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!" I go, "What? It sounds terrible." She goes, "They've canceled everything. The power's out. They haven't half the hotel's blown apart. They got." People had to be rescued. No one's hurt or dead, but the whole thing's like this hurricane aftermath, and they've canceled all reservations preemptively. Like they won't. Now it's all done. So now they're working on an alternate plan, like literally a week before they were supposed to leave. So wish us luck.
Well,
on
somebody think of poor Sammy Hagar,
right? Oh,
and
the
his
poor guy.
Cabo Wabo tequila deal down there.
I hated that album so much.
Poor Sammy Hagar.
Was that Ice? What was it? For Uncarnal Knowledge, was it? Or was it the other one?
Oh, I don't remember the song. I just know he's got a distillery or a tequilery. What is it? What is What is a tequila factory called?
Tequilery. A tequilery, sure.
I like tequilery.
Yeah, boom.
Boom.
You got it.
Boom.
Boom,
And
boom,
boom.
boom. You nailed
And boom.
it. He had that horrible song on that Van Halen album called Cabo Wabo, and I wanted to kill myself every time it played. I hated it. That was a bad album. All right. Next one, we got Christian with a K. This is not Christian Nairn, who is taking a season off of Game of Thrones.
Or Christian Bale.
I told him he had to be on the show more because if he's not doing the show, or he's not doing the TV show, he should have more time. Anyway, Hi Boop in Coverville.
Well, okay.
All right. Name us after shows we
shows
do.
that we do, yeah.
Regarding the wedding spanning 2 days. So another wedding one. I'm from the UK and I married 11 months ago, and this isn't a tradition I've ever heard of before, nor was it put forward as an option when speaking to various weddingly people, planners, who knows. Also, the place where I got married, Bristol Zoo, wasn't that expensive. It was like literally the zoo.
That'd be awesome.
But where?
Welcome to the Bristol Zoo. Are you here for the bride, the groom, or the lions?
Don't mind the stench. Let's see. We were married. Okay, but there's no way we could afford 2 days there or elsewhere. As soon as you say wedding, they add on an extra $324.20. Shove the show, bro, Christian. Yeah, whatever. It's different everywhere. Price makes a difference. Blah 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 bitty blah. All right, I get it. All I know is right now I'm broke. I got no freaking money because this thing cost me too much money.
Aww.
Support us on Patreon, please, at patreon.com/TMS. All right, that's it for emails. That's it for the show. If you'd like to submit your own email, by the way, themorningstream@gmail.com is where you'd send it. Our website is frogpants.com/TMS. Send your music requests to tiny.cc/TMS requests. You can follow Brian on Coverville. On Twitter, at Coverville. I'm at Scott Johnson. The show is at Morning Stream, and Brian has a new Coverville today, and it's about what?
Well, this week, Leonard Cohen turns 80 years old.
Geezer.
So, yes, exactly. So, it's going to be a Leonard Cohen show today, either whole or in part, and which means you probably will hear a cover of a song that a few years ago Leonard Cohen asked people to stop covering, and you'll find out what that is in the show, but you probably already can guess what it is.
I'm trying to think. I can't. I should know, right?
Come on. What song by Leonard Cohen does everybody cover?
I don't know. Is it the it's give me a hint. Give me a word.
Shrek?
Yes. So it's I can't pull it out.
Hallelujah, Scott.
Hallelujah. Gosh dang it. Hallelujah. I just couldn't do it.
That's the one. Yep.
All right. Sorry.
But you'll probably still hear a cover of that on the show. He didn't ask me to stop playing covers of Hallelujah. He just asked people to stop covering Hallelujah.
Ah, gotcha. By the way, quick history for you, okay? John Adams lived to be 90 years old. He outlived his wife, all of his children, except his son, who also became president, John Quincy Adams. Kind of interesting. But imagine that, living your whole life, 90 years, everyone dies but you. It's weird.
Wow.
It's a little weird. Crazy. Like all your kids, your wife, everybody out, done, gone. You should watch that show, dude. It's really freaking good. I want to recommend it to you one more time. All right. That's going to do it for us. Coverville.com for that. Brian, you got music for us? What's going on?
Yeah. How about a cover for Anonymous? Come on, Anonymous.
You mean the hacker people that want to take everything down?
Yes, they actually requested a song. Wow.
Great.
All right, so the song, the email goes like this. Hi, Scott and Brian. I'm dealing with a recent breakup after being in my longest relationship ever. It ended suddenly, and I'm still feeling like everything will go back to normal. In light of these events, I'm hoping you can play something for me that will better my day. Though the overall feel is very tragic and depressing, Bruce Springsteen's album, The Rising, always puts me in a good place. If you're able to find a great cover of any song on this album, that would be perfect. Preferably not Let's Be Friends, ha ha ha. However, I will also settle for any cover of or by Bruce. I'm not picky on which day you play this. I listen live almost every day, so if you're able to work it in the week of September 15th, that would be ideal. However, the process of getting over someone is ongoing, so if you end up playing it next week, that'd be fine too. Right. Thanks for keeping me sane through these long post-breakup work days. Mega love the show, though. P.S. I was at the Clip Clop for Oktoberfest this weekend and could not stop laughing.
Oh, that's going on right now up there.
Up at the Clip Clop.
Yeah, and it's a big whoop. It's too busy. I can't go up there. It's too crazy. Too many people.
Right. So ask and ye shall receive, Anonymous. we're actually going to do a cover of the title track. There aren't a lot of covers of stuff from that album. I actually was trying to find a cover of Lonesome Day because that's I love that song from that album. Yeah. But we're going to do the song called The Rising. This one covered by Joel Mellon for an album that came out in 2009 called Play Some Pool, Skip Some School, Act Real Cool, a tribute to Bruce Springsteen. Really good album. Joel Mellon covered The Rising, and here it is.
Okay, I want to close with a quote from Daryl Skeels, the Trek Nerd.
Okay.
My motto, quote, if you're old enough to get married, you're old enough to pay for it yourself. He is the cheapest skate I know in this world. Daryl, hey, don't pinch that nickel too hard or the Indian will ride the buffalo. All right, buddy? Jeez.
Nice.
Anyway. So cheap.
Wow.
And call me when your daughter's old enough to get married. Let me know how that goes for you then.
Yeah, that conversation will go really well.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll all just go fun. Seems like forever from now. It's not. It'll happen before you know it. All right, let's play this song here. It's The Rising.
Okay. It is.
And we'll be back tomorrow, rising again for another Thursday episode of the morning stream. This week is going really quick, which is probably good for me because I want this wedding to be over. All right, that's it. Thanks, everybody. Brian, have a great day.
You too, sir. Thank you.
Can't see nothing in front of me. Can't see nothing coming up.